All right, we're going to look at overtime pay. Now, employees who work for a wage, such as maybe supermarket workers, McDonald's workers, casual employees, for example, they can earn overtime when they are required to work more than their standard number of hours or when they work on weekends and public holidays. Salary earners don't get overtime. So, teachers, police people, nurses, those sorts of people who get salaries, they can work as many hours as they like, but they don't get any extra money. Whereas a wage earner, you'll have a set number of hours per week that you'll normally work. So maybe, let's just say 40 hours. If you're a wage earner, you're getting paid an hourly rate. If you work more than those 40 hours, then you'll get paid a higher hourly rate for those extra hours. Also, if you're a wage earner and you work on weekends, you might get paid more per hour on the weekends. Also, same with public holidays. You'll get more money per hour compared to your standard hourly rate. So, what's the standard number of hours for a worker per day? Well, generally, it's about 8 hours. So, 8 hours is a typical day's work. And that's based on the old concept of 9 till 5. So 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. All right. The standard number of hours for a worker per week. Well, in the old days, if you worked, say, Monday to Friday, right? Monday to Friday. That's the old working week, Monday to Friday. And on each one of those days, you worked 9 till 5, which is 8 hours. Then you would have 8 lots of 5, which is 40. So about 40 hours per week. And that got reduced to about 38, thanks to the unions who try to get better conditions for their workers. All right. Now, the two most common rates of overtime are time and a half and double time. Now, time and a half is 1.5 times your normal hourly rate. So, if you're getting $10 per hour and you do some overtime, so extra hours, those extra hours will be paid at 1.5 times $10 per hour. Okay, which would end up being $15 per hour. So, if your normal hourly rate is $10 per hour and you work overtime at the rate of time and a half, you'd be getting paid 1.5 times 10, which is $15 per hour. Let's just say your overtime was paid at an even higher hourly rate, which is double time. And let's just say your normal hourly rate is $10 per hour. 2 lots of 10 is 20. So at double time, you'd be earning $20 for those extra hours of overtime. So let's have a look. First example, if the hourly rate of pay is $23 per hour, what is the hourly rate for time and a half? Well, time and a half, right? Time and a half is 1.5 times your normal hourly rate. Your normal hourly rate is $23 per hour. Now, what's 1.5 times 23? So work that into your calculator. And you'll get $34.50. Okay, so $34.50. Now, it is a rate per hour. Okay, so your normal hourly rate of pay is $23 per hour. At time and a half, which is 1.5 times your normal hourly rate, time and a half is $34.50 per hour. Now, what about double time? Double time is 2 times your normal hourly rate, right? Which is $46 per hour. So if you're getting paid double time, which is what everybody wants, of course, double time is double your normal hourly rate. Okay? So in this case, if your normal hourly rate of pay is $23 per hour, if you get paid at double time, that's $46 per hour. All right. Now, Stan, let's look at this example. Stan works 35 hours. Okay, 35 hours at $12.74 per hour, and 4 hours overtime at time and a half. Calculate his total earnings. Well, 35 of the hours is at the rate of 24 at $12.74. So 35 times by $12.74, right? Now on top of that, so I'm going to add, on top of that, he works an extra 4 hours overtime at time and a half. So 4 hours, now time and a half is 1.5 times his normally hourly rate. Okay. So if you work that out, let's work that out on the calculator. So we've got 35 times 12.74 plus 4 hours at time and a half. All right, 522.34. So that's his total earnings. Okay, so for that question, you've got to break up into two parts. The first part is the 35-hour part, right? And the second part is the 4 hours paid at time and a half. Time and a half is 1.5 times the normal hourly rate. Okay. All right, copy that down, and then let's look at the next example. All right, Charlotte earns time and a half on Saturdays and double time on Sundays. She works 38 hours from Monday to Friday, 6 hours on Saturday and 4 hours on Sunday. Calculate Charlotte's total earnings if her normal rate of pay is $14.15 per hour. Now you can pause the video if you want to try and have a go at this question. Now I'm going to break this up into days of the week. All right, so Monday to Friday. All right, now Monday to Friday, she works a total of 38 hours. All right, 38 times by. Now her normal hourly rate of pay is $14.50 per hour. All right, so 38 hours from Monday to Friday, that's going to be paid at the normal hourly rate of $14.50. Okay, let's work that out. $551. Now on Saturday, she works, let's have a look, Saturday, 4 hours, sorry, 6 hours on Saturday, that is, not 4 hours. So 6 hours on Saturday, and now we know that on Saturday, if we come back up here, Saturday is paid at time and a half, okay? So this little bit here, 6 hours on Saturday, just a little bit there, that's paid at time and a half. All right, so that means we're going to have 6 hours, and time and a half is 1.5 times the normal hourly rate of $14.50. Let's work that out. So 6 times 1.5 times 14.5 equals, that's $130.50. Okay, now on Sunday, now let's have a look at Sunday. Sunday is here. 4 hours on Sunday. Now, we're going to take the 4 hours there, and we know that Sunday is paid at double time, okay? Double time is twice the normal hourly rate. Okay, so 4 times 2 times $14.50. That's $116. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to find the total of that. Okay, so let's find the total, and that'll be the answer. Okay, so we've got the 116 plus the 130.5 plus the 551, and that's a total of 797.50. Now your calculator will go 797.5, but because it's a money question, you need 2 decimal places, okay? All right, so make sure that's copied down. Let's have a look at this one. We've got Peter and Vin, cadet hamburger chefs. Last week, Peter worked for 40 hours and Vin worked for 43 hours. Calculate their respective total earnings based on the following award. Now, the award is not a present or a presentation. The award is actually the rate of pay, all right, per hour. So an award is sometimes called the rate of pay is sometimes called an award. All right, so let's have a look. We've got Peter. Let's do Peter first. All right. Now for Peter, Peter worked for 40 hours. Yep. And so we're just going to take the normal rate of pay here, which is $12.80 per hour. And if you look at the normal rate only applies to the first 30 hours worked. So for Peter, we're going to take his 40 hours and take, 38 of those hours is at normal pay rate. So that's $12.80. So here's a $12.80, which is a normal rate. That's what it tells you, the normal rate. Let's work that out. 38 times $12.80. That's $486.40. Okay, that's all looking good. Now, don't forget Peter works 40 hours. Here it is, 40 hours. So 38 we've done. So that means he works 2 hours of overtime. Now, let's have a look. After the 38 hours is worked, the next 3 hours is paid at time and a half. That means this 2 hours is paid at time and a half, which is 1.5 times the normal rate of pay of $12.80. So let's work that out. All right, that's $38.40. Okay, so if we work out now the total, because that's what the question says, it looks like I've run out of room. But anyway, let's do the total. So for Peter, $524.80. Peter. Okay, that should be an 8 there. All right. Now we have to squeeze in Vin. All right. Now for Vin, he works 43 hours. If you look up here, he works 43 hours. So for Vin, we're going to have 38 hours at normal time. 38 times $12.80. Plus, now the next 3 hours for Vin, here we go, the next 3 hours for Vin is 3 hours at time and a half. All right. Now, altogether so far, if you think about it, he's worked 43 hours, but we've only actually covered 41 of those hours. So 38 hours there and 3 hours there. So he's got 2 more hours that he works. And if you look here, those extra hours are paid at double time. Okay, each additional hour after that. So you got the 38 plus 3 is 41, right? So we've already done that. And then 2 hours at double time. So 2 times 2 times $12.80. Now, that should be an 8 there. Okay, so let's work that out. And it looks like I've managed to squeeze that in for Vin. Okay, so 38 times $12.80 plus the last one. So you've got $595.20 for that one. So $595.20 for Vin. $5.95.20. Okay. Now the other kind of question they can give you is calculating the hourly rate of pay. All right. Now these are harder questions, and you've got to follow these steps if you want to get them right. Okay. So let's have a look. Last week, Rani worked her normal 38 hours, then 4 hours at time and a half, and 5 hours at double time. She was paid $909.90 for the week. Find her hourly rate of pay. Right, if you get a question like this, the first thing you're going to do is find the equivalent number of hours at normal time. So let's work that out. 38 hours at normal time. Now, then she did 4 hours at time and a half. Okay, so 4 hours at time and a half. Yep. Then 5 hours at double time. So 5 hours at double time. So let's work that out. So it's 38. That's going to give you 54 hours. So what we just worked out then is for her to earn $909.90, she would have to work 54 hours at the normal hourly rate of pay. Okay? So if we're going to work out the normal hourly rate of pay, what we're going to do is we're going to take the $909.90, that's her total amount earned, and we're going to divide that by 54, and that'll give us her hourly rate of pay. So 909.9 divided by 54 equals $16.85, and that's per hour. Okay, and that is it.